Hello there! Today it's gonna be about masking and the importance of masking, and we often forget about it. It's a very easy way to do very nice multi-layered yet flat projects. Welcome to my channel, it's JOANNAMARQUET here, Lemon Creation. And because I'm gonna be stamping like crazy for this project, I prefer to use my stamping platform. This one is from Holtz, but you can use whichever platform you have. And when I'm actually using a masking technique, I prefer to use a stamping platform because like that I'm sure that my stamps are gonna be really crisp. So this is very important if you don't plan to cover them. If your stamps are actually the focal point of your project, it's better actually to use a stamping platform. This is gonna be very repetitive process, so I'm gonna talk just at the beginning. Basically what I did, I stamped this beautiful stamp from Holtz. It's gonna be only about circles today. You're gonna see, well, you've seen already on the photos before. But I stamped also the same stamp once without thinking twice if it's gonna be crisp or not on the piece of scrap paper, and I cut it out. And now I'm gonna take my repositionable glue and I'm gonna just stick it to the actual page, exactly where the first stamp was. And that's the whole idea. You may use Post-it, for example, with a tiny bit of glue if you don't have a repositionable glue, or you can just place it like that, you know, and hope it's not gonna move. And even if it moves, you can always, you know, adjust it when you work. So, you know, the glue like I used is not really a must. I also use a brayer because sometimes with brayer I get a quicker, crisper image. So wherever it's working for you. Also, as you can see on my stamping platform, I have a piece of craft foam, and that I use also because I think very often it's just stamping better with the craft foam, so I use it quite often in my projects. So this is all about stamping and about making the masks and then putting them onto the page and then stamping again, so like that you don't make a kind of a mess. If you want to do a grungy project, you can of course do a mess. The stamps can overlap, no problem with that. For this one, I just wanted to have everything, you know, perfect. For once my stamping is really perfect. You're gonna see me, there was some accident, small tiny accident, when I got a little bit of ink just outside of the stamp, and I use mono eraser. It's a very good eraser. It's like a kind of a sandpaper eraser, which actually removes archival ink. Unless, you know, you put ton of it and then you want to remove it, it's not gonna work, but you're gonna see it in a moment. I just put a small thing there, and that's why I use the mono eraser. So I'm gonna let you quiet, just enjoy the process, and I'll be back in a while. So the stamping is finished. I'm cleaning my platform because it always gets dirty. I use actually a hand sanitizer, so the alcohol one, alcohol gel, and it comes very easily, you know, any traces of archival ink. And now I'm taking slowly the pieces, the masking, and you can see no overlapping, it all works beautifully. The next part, it's gonna be the colorizing, so I'm choosing my water-soluble oil pastels. You can of course use aquarels or any type of ink you want, but once again I wanted my focal point, my stamping, to be really visible. That's why I choose soluble crayons instead of, for example, sprays or acrylics, because I know that with sprays and acrylics I would cover most of the design. But of course, if you use sprays which are diluted firstly with water, or, well, not even diluted with water, but if you use a water-loaded brush and then you dip them into sprays, that can work also. But that's the whole idea. And I am just trying to colorize as much as I can. When I have too much water or too much color, I'm dabbing it off with the piece of tissue. And at the end, you're gonna also see I'm gonna be adding the crayon directly onto the page, just to get a little bit more of darker accents. When everything was dry, I used my stencil once again with cream paste from Stamperia. I think I'm just gonna use always this paste. I really love it. And just a tiny accent. I didn't want to put too much, but you see on the black parts of the stamps, they look very nice. As always, I'm gonna give you a list of the of all the products I used in the description box below, but I mostly use Maremi Small Art, PaperArtsy, and Tim Holtz stamps. And I'm using now PaperArtsy stamp. I had to stamp it twice. I didn't use my stamping platform because the first impression was not crisp enough. And I'm just choosing the word time. I don't know, somehow it kind of matched, you know, at least my imagination of this project. I don't know, it kind of matched that project. And I'm inking the edges, and because I had to cut the letter E, since there was another writing on top of it on the stamp, I am replacing now, trying to make a dot above the letter E. And for once I opted for actually a different sentiment than my own, the ones I am selling in my boutique. And I actually changed them a little bit. I put 2 of the super messy words into one book, and I added 2 pages to really messy words. So if you want to check that out, I'm gonna give you a link also in the description box below. And also because I wanted to add a little bit of layer, once again, I'm using this Dutch Doobadoo. They are like cardboard not letters. They are actually Oh, I know the word in French, I know the word in Polish. Numbers. Yes, they are numbers, which I'm cutting with my craft knife, and then I'm gonna colorize it. Thank you so much for subscribing. And my idea of very quick colorizing is just to place it on the ink pad and use a tiny bit of tissue on my finger, so I don't get my finger completely dark. And just I have my letters like that, all black. And nice, of course, you can use also black gesso or black acrylic, or even embossing powder, but I just wanted to go quick, as always. And the last touch, it's gonna be a small dot which I cut from the, hole puncher, yes. And I also colorize it with black, because I thought that in the middle the color is not very strong, and I just wanted to add this dot there in the middle. And that's it. The project is finished. I hope you enjoyed it. I really love it. I love the circles. I love this one, and I find it's very geometrical. It speaks to me, and I hope it does to you as well. And very easy and very effective with just masking. I wish you all a beautiful day and hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye bye!